But Peninnah will provoke Hannah each time they'll go up for worship. This happened every year. Her provocation was to irritate Hannah so that Hannah will be reduced to tears all the time. In my previous lectures, I mentioned that you need a Peninnah in your life. And in this video, I want to discuss or talk to you about the benefit of having a Peninnah that bring pains in your life. You see, the story of Hannah will not become as colorful as it turned out to be today. And we regard her story as a heroic story of faith and a display of God's faithfulness. Nonetheless, Peninnah had to play a critical part of this unfolding. And I hope that this will really encourage you not to try and get rid of Peninnahs in your life, avoiding having Peninnahs, but to allow Peninnahs who are bringing you pains or Peninnahs or Peninnah situations in your life to evolve or develop. Okay, so pay close attention to this to these lectures. All right. So in the culture, Hannah would have been the one that went out to select Peninnah so that she have a young girl she's comfortable with. Peninnah came in knowing that she's now the new wife of Elkanah. When she gave birth, she's probably thinking, I have to secure the future of my children because I am now the favorite wife. Of course, I've given sons to uh, my husband, and they are going to inherit everything. Therefore, I have to preserve their future so that Hannah doesn't think she's got a share here. Whatever her thought process was, her provocation of Hannah changes something that had always been there until Hannah is pushed to the end. The thing you want to discover about Hannah, listen to this. There are some believers, some of us are like Hannah. We can endure. We can put up with stuff. We can put up with people. We can endure. We can be loyal. Hannah represents a loyalist. Let me explain. Loyalty in this case that Hannah is displaying throughout is the loyalty that go against her. The loyalty that Hannah is displaying is the loyalty of being concerned. But she probably has a reason why she did that. She, she didn't mean that. It's just the first time she's done that. Yeah, but she only do that once. She doesn't do that like every day. But we are told that Peninnah had sons and daughters. Hannah had endured this provocation for perhaps over 10 years, and she treated it as okay. Who knows, 20 years. And it was okay. In fact, the fact that they had to go up together with her sons and daughters tell me that it's probably between the ages of 15 to 20 years that Hannah has endured this lifestyle with Peninnah. Why would Peninnah provoke Hannah when they're going up to worship? And we can look at that, man, that is wickedness. So it threw her off. She can't focus. She can't concentrate. Now she's going up for worship, but she's caught up in bitterness and anger and in unforgiveness. But it is also a critical and strategic moment for Hannah. If you want somebody to provoke you to anger and bitterness, they better provoke you and nudge you towards prayer, worship, rather than the other way around. So now that Hannah has been provoked every time they go up for worship, The last provocation that breaks the camel's back. Listen to what Hannah did. Peninnah repeated the same sequence of provocation. First thing Hannah did, said, I am done sitting down and doing family dinner pretentious behavior. I'm done. Notice, it was Hannah's choice, not the choice of Peninnah. But without Peninnah provoking her and pushing her patient to the end, Hannah would not have said to herself, I'm done playing nice. 2. Hannah went into the temple. This is the same temple Hannah had come to worship every year. The question to ask Hannah is, what have you been praying every year? Because the prayer she prayed this time around, we have the record of those prayers. She needed Peninnah not to quit provoking her. You don't want your Peninnah to stop humiliating you. You don't want your Peninnah to stop bothering you. You don't want your Peninnah to stop taking advantage of you. You don't want your Peninnah to give you a break, because it will allow you to develop more endurance to put up with Peninnah. But the more consistent your Peninnah is in your life, the more closer you're getting to the end of your patience. Peninnah can become a blessing to you. And as I'm speaking to you, probably the Peninnah you have in your life is a gift. The person provoking you is a gift. The person you're not happy with that doesn't seem to give you room or doesn't seem to think you're better is a gift. It's a blessing. You need that person to provoke you and push you so that you can take the right decisions and action towards your purpose and calling in life. Hannah said, Oh Lord God, if only you can listen to me and have mercy upon me and grant me a son. Before then, everyone thought God made Hannah barren. God closed her womb. And before then, Hannah believed it, as we saw in the previous lectures. Peninnah took that as an opportunity, knowing Hannah would never have a child. Peninnah took that as an opportunity to disgrace Hannah, to look down on her, humiliate her. We don't know the kind of words she used against Hannah, but we are told she provoked Hannah to irritate her. So what words was she using that will stir up an irritation so Hannah can react? But Hannah was playing nice. And I pray that God will not allow Peninnah to stop pressing you on until you are pressed to the last of your patience and it's time to react, not against Peninnah, react against your condition. Very important. Your reaction against Peninnah is similar to no reaction against Peninnah. Let me put that in perspective. Peninnah provoked Hannah, yet Hannah didn't say anything. She endured it, which means she's giving Peninnah no response. It looks wise, it looks powerful. If it ends there, it is as powerless as it can get. And such loyalty helps destroy her potential because it's